You just made it in.
I did.
Yeah.
Nick of time.
Yeah. Josh, you've got a pretty heavy weekend ahead of you.
Oh, yeah.
With Hood to Coast.
But, yeah, I'm not too worried about it. It's not my first rodeo with that one.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the course for all those who have not heard about Hood to Coast.
Okay. Hood to Coast, it's been going on for, I think, over 40 years now.
Yeah.
And starts off at a Timberline Lodge on Mount Hood. And everyone makes their way down into Sandy, then into Portland, all the way to Scappoose and St. Helens, over the coastal range, and down to Seaside within, a little over a day.
And a rare part of Earth where you could go from 11,000 feet to sea level in a weekend. How many miles does that end up being?
That's just shy of 199 miles.
199 miles. And you're not running it by yourself.
No, you typically people do it with a team of 12, and everyone takes turns running 3 segments of it.
Okay. So tell me a bit about your team and how it developed.
Well, my team this year, I'm running with my company, which, it's nice. That way it's free. But yeah, so everyone, we choose and get assigned legs, and there's 2 vans typically, 6 people per van. And the first van meets up on top of a hood. Everyone takes their turn running 1 leg. They meet the second van in Sandy, and then second van makes its way into Portland. And you just keep on doing that, leapfrogging all the way. You get a couple of breaks through there, but pretty much adrenaline's pushing you all the way through.
Totally.
And you might get a nap, but it's more about just keeping the energy going, keeping everybody's spirits up, and having a blast.
That sounds absolutely nuts. And this is no small thing.
Oh, no.
People travel from all over the nation.
Oh, this is, internationally known. People travel from all over for this.
Awesome. And do you know how many teams are participating this year?
I haven't checked this year's count, but typically there are about 1,000 teams, and then 12 people per team on average. There are a few ultra teams where they'll have only 6 people or so.
Okay, wow.
But there's also a couple other races simultaneous. Portland to Coast, which is there's a adult walking team, starts at the Hawthorne Bridge and makes their way to the same finish line, and then high school runners.
Wow. So, Josh, I've known you as a runner the whole time we've known each other. You do long distances. Is there any leg of this course that really has you scared?
Not really.
No.
My second round doing Hood to Coast, and then the third year I did it as well. I did leg 5, which is touted as the hardest one, just because it's got the longest distance, and it's got some late elevation climbing for that last pass before heading down to the coast.
Yeah.
But it just comes down to your training.
Yeah.
Put your practice in. Practice for hills. Practice for flats. Just make sure you put a little time in with the mileage.
Yeah. That's great advice. I know we have some audience members who are going to also participate in Hood to Coast, which is quite amazing. What does this all mean to you? Like when it comes to running, I know it's something that you value greatly, and it's like for anybody who's watching, like, oh, okay, I'll do Hood to Coast. It sounds easy to this guy. It's part of your livelihood. You run every day. You put in crazy miles. Tell me a bit about your origins in running and like why you do it. Every single day.
Well, it started off as just a personal challenge.
Yeah.
With the 0 running experience back at the end of '08, friend said, "Hey, why not run a first marathon?"
Yeah.
So without any running background, nothing in school, I looked up, did some research. Had some pitfalls along the way, but it took 6 months, and I finished the marathon with a smile on my face. And here and there, I've had to take breaks, but I've been going at it pretty much constant since, and I got like 16 fulls behind me now.